So, I had my first PAX East this weekend, and we ended up winning the Omegathon. It was pretty insane, actually. Just the fact that, we won. I'm here to tell you the story of how all of this came to be. So, first things first, I'm from Australia, and I was planning on visiting my family over in America, which is where I am now. And it so happened that PAX East 2022 happened to be on the weekend prior to when I was thinking of going over. So I decided, you know what? I'm gonna buy a 4-day pass and I'm gonna fly to Boston, and then I'm gonna go visit family. So I got my 4-day pass. I bought it, and it said something about, do you want to try for this Omegathon thing? Do you want to apply to be chosen? And I was like, yeah, sure, why not? I don't even know what it is. Blah, blah, blah. Sure. A couple days later, after all the stuff gets sorted, I get a call saying I've been selected for the Omegathon. It was at 6 a.m. in the morning, so I was very just out of it. And I happened to be chosen for the Omegathon. So that was insane. The fact that I'm Australian coming over to America for my first PAX, getting chosen for this big event. So obviously I'm excited about that. So it obviously took like a month to get over here, sort of thing, but because I was Australian, it took me like 25 hours in a plane to actually get over to Boston, which is where PAX is. So that all happened, and I got into my hotel and I passed out. I was out, and then I woke up at about 6 a.m. in the morning because I needed to be there by like 8. So I made my way over there, met my partner Shelby, and went into the media hour, which was very fun. I got to experience some things without the crowds. Got some pins that were very nice. But then we ended up going back to her hotel room and practicing Fling to the Finish, which was the first game. Previously, I'd played like one game with my friend. I kind of understood it. So we played that. We practiced with only one controller, so one hand was on one side. We played with 2 controllers, so we had one, the control schemes. So after that came the round, and we performed really well. We actually were like the fastest round, which was really impressive. Most of the rounds of Fling to the Finish was won due to the UFO power-up, which kind of just takes you and flies you to where the next checkpoint. Like, I think how this works is it takes you to the next checkpoint, like after where the opposing team currently is. But most of the time, the next checkpoint was the finish line. So a lot of teams ended up winning because of the UFO, and it was really funny to watch. But we didn't end up getting any UFOs. We kind of just went. We didn't fall off the stage once. That was really impressive. But we did that, and then afterwards, once we won the game, we went back to her hotel room again and played regular human basketball, which was round 2. We kind of understood it. Obviously, we didn't have like 2 other people to practice like defensive or offensive stuff. We kind of just practiced how to get the ball and get it into the hoop, how to actually play. So day 2 starts. I woke up at like 10, 11-ish, and it's at 3. So I'm walking around the convention center, and who do I find but my hero, Chugga Conroy, just walking and talking. And I heard his voice, and I was like, hold on. But we got a photo. That was very nice. It was really awkward. I apologize if you're watching about how awkward it was. But we got a photo. I got his street pass, which was very nice. I was collecting street passes and trying to finish Puzzle Quest on the 3DS, which I didn't end up doing. which is unfortunate. I'm missing like a couple pink pieces, so oh well, next year. But he said that he watches the final round and he hopes I get in, and that kind of solidified, like, you know what, I am gonna get to the final round and win this thing. Little did I know that I was actually gonna do that. So round 2 happens at about 3:30, and we play regular human basketball, and we develop the meta where we just fly over our opponents. Like, okay, I noticed a lot of people during that round, when they tried to like jump, which is the rocket boosters, and fly over the opponent, they would tilt their rockets a bit too far, and then or forget about them, and then it would eventually turn around and fling them to the floor. But I didn't do that because I was making sure that it wouldn't move. I was very careful about it. So that happened, and then so we won. Obviously, it was pretty good. But we were the first ones up, so we got to experience everybody else's. That was pretty fun. But the next one was Fire Tower, which is a board game, and they actually had the devs at the PAX floor. So what we did is, after the game, after the panel, we decided to actually go down and ask the developers themselves how to play the game and if they had any tips. And so we played a quick game. I ended up winning, but I understood the core concepts of the game, and that was it. We hadn't played the game afterwards. We went to the Fire Tower round day 3, and we actually took like 55 minutes to play our game, which we had warned Travis, who's the guy who was narrating, I don't know, like being the person who talks, that it was going to take very long if you added the expansions, because when we were just learning it, we had played with the Hawks expansion, and it took us like an hour and 30 minutes to actually play one game. So we were like, yo, Travis, this is gonna take longer than an hour for one game, and he was like, that'll be fine, we'll rush you. It was not fine. I feel really bad about the other team because we went first and it took 55 minutes basically. I feel bad for the other team who just kind of had to play really quickly with no expansions, no water, just fire, and they did it in 15 minutes, which, I mean, I'm impressed, but kind of sucks for them. So day 3 ends with me going to a Boundary Break panel because, you know, I like Boundary Break. That was fun. And I got seated in the front row near the actual panel. And I don't know if like anybody actually knows this yet, but what happened at the panel was amazing to watch. Like he started with Elden Ring. I haven't played Elden Ring yet. I've been meaning to, but I don't have the money because, you know, I'm over here. I don't even have the tools, the computer necessary to play it. But he went through Elden Ring. He went through Punch Out. That was interesting to see because I hadn't seen that yet. And then Smash Brawl, not for very long though. But he ended up proposing to his girlfriend, who was sitting in my row, and I was like, holy shit, because I've seen people propose in panels before, but not the actual panelists. Like, that was insane. And, you know, congratulations. I don't think you'll watch this, she says, but, you know, that was impressive. And after the panel, I gave him a thumbs up. He gave me a thumbs up. That was, But day 3 ended really, you know, crazily. Like, did that really just happen? In a way. But day 4 happens. Day 4, it's day 4. We don't know what the game is, so we get there at about... Because I was walking around trying to, like, de-stress myself. And I ended up going in there, like, pretty chill, actually. Like, I was not nervous, which was really weird, actually. I had a Capri Sun for the first time. I'm Australian, I don't get those. But, we were in the green room, we were talking to everybody, talking to the other team. It was a very interesting time. And then we went up on stage in front of all of those people. I was not nervous because I didn't actually look at the. I think I looked at the crowd once, and that was at the beginning. And I only saw like half of it. Like it wasn't a lot of people that I could like actually see. It was just kind of black because all the lights were shining on me. So it didn't really like nerve me that there were a lot of people there because it felt like there was like the panel size there, but it really wasn't. Looking back at it, oh my god. But the fourth game turned out to be Kung Fu Kickball, which I had never played before. But surprisingly, my partner Shelby just like absolutely destroyed. Like she would get the ball every time, and I was like, holy shit, I can't even touch the ball once. So what I decided to do is basically kick anyone else that was trying to get the ball. That was a common occurrence actually with our games, that she would be offensive and I would be defensive. You can see it in like every game we played, apart from Fling with a Finish, which is you can't really do either of those. You kind of just gotta go like regular human basketball. I played the defensive jumping, and she played the magnet, which is offensive because she had to shoot. Was the third fire tower? She got out first, but was offensively getting everybody else, while I was defensively just making like a wall of shit and making sure that I wouldn't get burnt alive. And then obviously this game, she was just kicking it into the goals, and I was kicking everybody else, making sure they can't kick it into ours. We absolutely floored, and I was amazed because we just worked really well together. And I feel bad for the other team because beforehand, one of them was complaining about if it was a fighting game, she couldn't play fighting games. And I was like, well, I felt really bad. But yeah, that was how PAX worked. And after that, we won. And we spent about it took half an hour. And the thing was actually supposed to be an hour long, so that was interesting. So after that, we got our badges. I think it's over here actually. We got our PAX East badge. That was pretty cool. It says Omeganaut Champion on the back. I'm pretty happy about that. But I ended up getting the banner because the winner got to take home the banner, and they all decided, you know what, you're from Australia, you should take the banner. And I was like, okay, are you sure? And they were like, yep. So I actually have the banner in my bag, and I need to somehow fold it up. I'm probably going to get a second suitcase. But that was my PAX experience. I got to walk around the panels. I didn't go to many panels because there weren't many there that I was actually interested in. I mean, after hearing about some of them, I wish I went to some of them. But a lot of I went to the panels I was interested in. But I didn't really do much at the PAX, which I really wish I did. I mean, I bought merch and stuff, but, you know, it was kind of interesting. But after that, I got back onto a plane and flew over here. And I don't know what I'm doing now. There's things planned, and I just wanted to make a video saying how I won the Omegathon going to my first PAX ever. So, thank you all for watching, I guess, for this interesting video. I don't really know when this is going to go up because I don't know when I'm going to have time to edit this, but I kind of want it to get up as soon as possible while PAX is still in it, fresh in everyone's mind. But I guess we'll see. So yeah, thank you for watching, and subscribe, I guess. I don't know. Yeah.